This content is for informational and educational purposes only. You should not construe any such information or other material as legal, tax, investment, financial, or other advice. Nothing contained here constitutes a solicitation, recommendation, endorsement, or offer to buy or sell any securities or other financial instruments whatsoever by Draper Gorin Blockchain, aka DGB, the presenter, or other associated parties for the content being provided. Please do your own due diligence and seek proper counsel.
Boom. Welcome.
I didn't finish.
What is happening?
I was like, what? Like, did it cut short?
Oh, did it? I don't know. Did it? Or maybe it's just like a weird delay?
Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, I felt like it cut short. But boom. Welcome.
Boom. What's happening? So here, I'll do the proper homework now anyway, while we're getting rolling. If you are an early stage startup or want to get involved in our space, go to dgb.vc, sign up to the newsletter. If you haven't signed up already, do it, please. You should check it out.
Come talk to us.
Talking about early stage startup stuff, we have Portraize on with us today, and but even more excited than Portraize, Sergey, what's up, dude?
Hey guys, what's up? Going good. Have some fancy photos of me, and really excited to share this all with you guys.
I guaranteed him that Alon, you would do most of the speaking.
That's what I do. You can make that guarantee without ever even thinking twice. But Nate, what's up with you? Good morning.
Good morning. It's good. It's good. We're almost at summer. Got a lot of events coming up, so I'm excited.
Yeah. We talked. Nate and I had a lot of AI talk yesterday because we hung out with John Paukalis. Some of you might remember John from a company he did back in the day called Gifts, but he's starting something new. And we're hopefully going to be working with him on that. We will be working with him on that. And then we had Calypto come and meet us doing the AI music. Now we're talking about AI images. I just feel like this is AI week.
We were talking about AI in my crypto meeting last night too. I mean, it's just like, and then Nate and I, we went to a Giants game with the guys who are doing an AI blockchain project called Virtuals. It's just like, you're right. It's like been AI. It's like starting off as an AI month.
Nate, when are the baseball players going to be replaced by AI?
Oh, well, they already have the pitch clock. They have a pitch clock. They have a simulated umpire now. So everything's becoming AI. AI and data. That's the route we're going.
Does baseball do the like the football replay check, or is it the ump makes a call? That's the call. That's it.
The old baseball used to do it where it was the ump makes a call and that's the final call. The last 2 to 3 years, they've installed it where you get what's called a challenge now in baseball. When you get to go ahead and challenge the umpire's decision.
Do they throw out a beanbag?
They don't. It's weird. It's kind of like a phone call. It's a little weird. It's not like football. Football's cool, right? You get the red flag. It's bright. It's a big deal.
Wait, do they go in the dugout and have like the wired phone call, the old phone in there? I remember. I feel like I've seen that before. Okay.
Yeah, they do. They do.
So how long till they just replace the ump with a robot?
They tried it this spring training, so they're not doing it this year. We'll see. They might install it next year.
So spring training, the preseason games, they had the AI ump.
They did. They had the AI.
Then who does the coach run up to and get in their face and scream at? That's part of baseball, right? At least it is part of baseball movies.
You have the umpires on the field, and that's about it. No home plate umpire.
Okay, but like
it's very different.
If the robot calls your dude out, it's not. It takes a little bit of the excitement out of getting in the umpire's face and spitting your seeds at him.
We like a little bit of drama.
It's like the whole reason why people watch hockey. you know, the fights and the drama. Oh, there you go.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
I went there and I bought a hat because this is supposed to be for Bitcoin, right? SF is where Bitcoin is prominent.
That's the
right?
only
Orange
reason you
Bitcoin
bought
orange.
the hat. Yeah. That's the only reason he bought the hat.
It
He
matches
did
my
not buy it because he's a fan. He bought
No.
it specifically because of Bitcoin.
I bought this hat because it matches my Bitcoin orange shirt.
Yeah, it's not a bad reason. It's not a bad reason.
It fits.
Right.
I'll have to wear that again sometime too.
Wait, does Sacramento have their own baseball team?
I think we have an A's now. Don't we have
The A's are playing there right now as as Las Vegas builds the new stadium.
But we do have River. We have was it River Cats or something like that? I forget.
River Cats. Yep. Yeah.
That's a minor league.
Minor league.
One time,
AAA.
One time I went to a minor league baseball game. It was really fun. It was
we're cool here. We have the Kings.
The Bridgeport Bluefins in Bridgeport, Connecticut.
We're about basketball and soccer. Basketball and soccer here.
Basketball and soccer.
Kings and Sac Republic.
Sergey, do you have a sport, or is your sport all software development? Is software development an actual sport, or
he likes pitting two AI developers? He puts two AI developers against each other to see who can develop faster. Makes a competition out of it.
With the AI today, I can be in any sport. I can be a baseball player. I can be whatever player. Yeah. So can you.
Did you grow up with any sports or any teams or anything?
I'm a geek. I'm into computers a lot. I mean, that's.
I watch sports when I'm similar. I watch sports when they're in front of me and I enjoy watching sports, but I don't have like a real team or a thing. The only thing that really got me into it for a while, and now it's lost a little bit of its excitedness because the kids aren't as into it or something, but still sometimes is really awesome, is fantasy football. When my nephew got our whole family into fantasy football, I started watching football. Like I paid the extra money to get Sunday ticket, on TV to watch the games and all that because it was like important. But like, I still don't really care, like I watched the Super Bowl. It's fun, but it's not like, I don't know, like someone who has a real team like Blesnak with the Detroit teams. Like it really sucks when they lose for him. Like, but I don't
on Sergey's behalf, 3 out of 4 people on this call right now are geeks.
I'd say 4 out of 4. Just one is good at sports.
I'd say, 4 out of 4. I just don't show it as much.
And you're not that much of a geek, are you?
Look.
You're joining the geek.
He's here, isn't he? He showed up. That's pretty nerdy.
You as a geek, as a fellow geek.
I think I've been adopted over the years. I was half a geek, and then I was adopted into like another quarter to
the AI will embrace you into the geekhood.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
So speaking of AI, we should jump in a little bit to Portraize and talk about what Portraize is and how people can use it.
Give us a demo. I think you can give us a demo as well.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You want to tell us a little bit first, and then you could share your screen.
Yeah. So Portraize is a way for you to kind of get pictures and very realistic pictures of yourself in all the different scenarios, right? So there's a lot of products that do AI stuff, and today you can do this by just putting the picture of yourself on GPT and saying, hey, transform this into whatever, but you have to have the picture in the first place, right? Here we do something different. We like take your pictures, your photos, and we train the model, the AI model of you, and then we have a whole bunch of predefined presets that would you would select and then get the picture of you, a photo of you in that specific scenario. And it ranges from sports to dragons to fantasy, is like everything in between that will show you in a moment. But we created Portraize as the main goal, the grand plan is to replace traditional photography. If today you can generate the pictures of yourself, then tomorrow it would be you with your partner, and then the by the hopefully by holidays you'll be able to generate and create models of the whole family and create a holiday postcard without ever getting dressed and booking this session, right? Some people would still enjoy the old school way of doing this, but we are trying to create this new
No matching
era of
outfits. No matching outfits on the beach.
oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, I was gonna say it even makes a person like me look pretty good. And I ultimately, to make it simple, I think it takes the average person who wants to be an influencer on Instagram and steps up a notch to give them that ability. I mean, I showed it to another friend who was a girl, right? And she was amazed by it. I think how many pictures did she do? Like 1,000 pictures or something like that? Like she was going crazy.
Yes.
And she was excited because when I was talking to her, she's like, yeah, I'm taking it. And I'm using this other app with it too. And I'm posting all these things. And we were like joking around now how she's going to use this to potentially be an influencer on Instagram by posting these pictures up, you know? So,
it's super addictive. Like
it is.
when you get into this, and I found myself in situations that I'm just generating more and more and more. I'm trying to test this feature, and I've tested it. I know I got the result, but I keep generating because what if I generate this preset, and how do I look in this? And it's just extremely addictive.
It is.
Anyway,
Hey,
let's
Sergey.
jump into this. I can show you how this
Yeah, it'd
so
be fun to
works.
see it.
Yeah, you almost got a question like, do I post a picture or do I post my Portraize picture?
Right.
Portraize.
Like, which one am I going to post?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
can you all see?
Portraize.
Yeah.
I do. I see it.
Yeah.
We can see.
Hold
So
on, let's see what's better.
creating this
No,
product, we try to be
Oh,
extremely
put it back on the side.
simple.
Put it back on the right.
Yeah. Whoops. Sorry. Hold on.
Just breaking stuff, man.
I am breaking stuff. There we go. Sorry,
Yeah,
I just
so-
didn't want your face blocked off by the dingleberry. So I was,
That's all right. We can have right
again,
baseball.
again, I used dingleberry instead of a different word. So
It's all good.
Right.
we had this discussion. All right, go.
So building this product, we wanted to create it as simple and straightforward as possible. So like no cluttered interface. When you land on the app.portraize.com, you can get straight to this name your persona, and this is where you start. I will sure. I'm just gonna give it a name. I'm not too good with coming up with names, but then the next step is to throw in some photos. You can do from between 8 and 12. The more you upload, the better the outcome would be. Just make sure that just only you in the picture and different angles or lightings. And I'm just gonna select a bunch of pictures of myself here and throwing them in. At this point, our system would start to analyze the picture, extract all your personal traits to make a description of you, so we could feed it then back to the AI and make you look like you and not somebody else. We would analyze that. Yeah.
One thing I do want to mention to people who might be using this on their phone or like a phone, right? If you are doing this mobile and you're using this on your phone and your photos are up in the cloud, I've noticed you may see some problem when uploading your photos because they're trying to pull them down from the cloud versus if they're locally on your system. So just so people know that, it's good to have photos are actually on your phone and not in the cloud when you're trying to download them into the Portraize app. I think that helps a little bit.
Yeah. This photo, the system decided that it's not good enough. It has poor lighting, and we have at this point enough photos. We have 8 minimum, and we decided that the system decided that's good enough to proceed. Some of them would be rejected just to kind of try and make the model as good as possible.
Yeah.
So you would click the continue button, agree to some terms of service, and okay, yeah.
If it's your first time, it should be free, right? So
yes, the second persona, and I already created the first persona, and the second persona, you need to get some points but you definitely can check it out for free. Create a persona, upload the pictures.
So,
But at this point, you would click the button and say
for those that don't know, what's a persona?
So a persona is a fancy name that we use for the AI model. This is basically the AI representation of yourself.
Okay, based off the photos that we upload. Okay.
Yes.
Awesome.
So you would end up with a generated persona, and this is a persona. Like you can have yourself, you can have your partner, of course, with their permission, right? You're not going to be going and creating some random people in here.
Now, what we're looking at right now is already generated photos based off your persona, right?
Yeah, this is just a few examples, and we're gonna go through the process of generation, and but I just pre-created some of those. Yeah, so you can have an unlimited number of personas for you. You can have your family members in here. You can have various personas of yourself, trying different input images just to see how you turn out with different sets of photographs. But the very basic, like a set of pictures, would work. And once the persona is created, that takes about 10 minutes roughly. Then you would be able to go and start having this fun. You would click the generate photo button, and the screen will appear, which has all the different categories with all the different presets. So whatever you see here, if you choose this, then you would get the picture of yourself in this specific setup with the specific in the environment.
Now,
and
it's not going to be the exact same picture, right? But it's going to be a picture based off of that.
Right. And every picture is going to be different. So it's going to be the same environment, but it's going to be slightly different. And this gives you an option to, like, if you don't really like the outcome, and you can really compare it to the traditional photo shoot, right? When you go into the studio, they take like 200 pictures of photos of you.
Yeah.
Then you can pick and choose. Same here. Every time you generate, they will be slightly different. It might be a different pose. It might be a different lighting. It might be a different, accessory.
Can we do one?
Yeah. Like, what's your favorite one? What's your favorite one right now?
I like the cyber ones.
The cyber ones?
Yeah. Like.
All right. We're cyber nerds. Let's see.
Yeah. And let's just.
Oh, so we're gonna take it.
Yeah, we can pick a few of those. Oh, this one's pretty cool. And the one with a guitar. So you would click generate. It will add them to your persona. We will wait for roughly a minute or so for them to get generated, and we'll see how I come out. Like yeah, we have like 2, 4, 6 different generations. Now, does it take
more time if I generate more at once? Is it going to take more time?
No, it will take the same amount of time.
And I'm paying per generation. So what do I get for when I pay for it? Like I get 4 images based off.
You get 4 images. Yeah.
And how many credits does that take for a set of 4 images off of one generation?
Right now we charge 10 credits for a generation.
Okay, and that's costing me about what for those credits? How many credits do I get?
So the minimum bundle that you can buy is about 200 something credits for $3.
Just for $3. So for $3, I can do quite a bit of generations, quite a few generations.
20 of them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
There we go. So we have one coming in. So this is the cyber one.
Nice.
Yeah. And for every generation, I have 4 images generated for me, right? 1, 2, 3. This is the third one and the fourth one, right? You see, this is the same setup, but they are all different, like different angle, different outfit, different, but it's the same theme, right?
Yeah.
Right. So we have this. This is me as Freddie.
Yeah, it's nice. Employees don't have to go on vacation anymore. We can just do Portraize.
Yeah. And you can find unlimited ways of using this. I'm not gonna say that I'm in favor, but some people use this to get back at their exes and make them jealous. So they would go and create those pictures, post them on their social.
Yeah. No,
And
I had a buddy
just,
that posted some workout pictures, and people were like, "Wow, you're doing pretty well."
yeah. Oh, let's do the some workout pictures as well. Let's see me. This is the
Well, okay. So I'm gonna bring up a great example, right? I did the picture with the tuxedo, and I thought, "Damn, I look really good in a tuxedo," and actually went out and bought a tuxedo.
Really? What? Where are you going to go with the tuxedo? Where are you going?
Well, we're gonna have some events.
You're going to show up in a tux?
Yeah, we'll go to dinner. Maybe on stage, I'll dress in a tux. I bought it.
Do people in crypto and AI show up in a tux anymore? Is that a thing?
What?
Is that a thing? Do people show up in tux?
You barely get people to show up in a shirt with buttons. What was that?
We're never gonna have a black tie dinner.
Yes, we are.
Maybe
you're going to be the one in the black tie. The rest of us will dress normal.
Yeah, that's a really good example of something that you could use it for, to kind of imagine yourself in a specific character, whether it's tuxedo or getting into shape or becoming a player in some sport, and then try and live up to this. Like this.
I think I did ones on mine that were me playing some sport, and I looked like legit. That's a good one.
I haven't even taken the tag off of this thing yet, but see.
That looks like the cover of your that's your headshot for when you become a DJ.
There's
a lot of people use this. You mentioned headshots, professional photos, right? In professional settings, like LinkedIn, your profile picture, something that can give you the quality of a professional photo shoot, right? And you don't have to go anywhere. It's from your computer.
That's the first thing. The first thing that people started hitting me up were the real estate agents going, "Oh my God, I can use this for a real estate photo." And
yeah.
Instead of
what I love is how Sergey, in your platform, Portraize, you've really been able to create a platform that can cut down on the costs that people have to pay for photographers, right? Which on average is going to be a bare minimum $300, bare minimum, right? So you think about that, like how many times is someone going to do that over the course of a year? Maybe 3 times, 4 times on average if you're a realtor, or if you're, someone that's looking for a professional headshot.
No way. Those realtors have the 10-year-old headshot still up, because they don't want to, because it takes effort.
And it takes effort and money, right? Which they don't want to.
One warning with Portraize. If you get a workout picture like that, be cautious showing your spouse, because they may start to expect it. They might go, wait a second. You could actually look like that if you worked out. They're like, okay, get to the gym.
This is the firefighter.
I like the firefighter
category that I like a lot.
Yeah.
And the ones with saving the cat.
I don't know if you saw this. This is proof of the tuxedo that I went and bought because of Portraize.
Holy, you really did. That's crazy.
I did. Yeah, I bought a tuxedo.
There you go, with the orange hat, the Etherlink T-shirt, and the tuxedo jacket. That actually makes you fit in.
I'm ready for a conference.
The rest of the
I'm ready for a conference, bro.
That's right. You are. You don't need the rest.
Except for there should be a Bitcoin on this orange hat.
I think we need to see Sergey in the grunge goth look right there. I think that's cool.
Now, Sergey, once someone goes ahead and likes some of these images that have been generated, they can just go ahead and click on it, download it straight from the actual theme that it's already set in that they liked.
Yeah, you can download them. You can use them in your whatever the social. Yeah.
Warning: it is addictive.
It is, and right now I kind of got distracted by it. I forgot that I'm on a stream at all. I was like, oh, what pictures I want to generate of myself. Yeah, here's me saving cat.
Yeah, I like that one. That's one.
I mean, look at
You
this.
got the cat. You got the cat out before it even got dirty. Not even a bit of
this
smoke.
is like
oh man,
saving the world.
you are. There you go.
And Sergey, this is for everyone, correct? Like grandparents, parents, high schoolers, right? You can be used
Yes,
for
everyone. As long as
Perfect.
you use the input photos that you are allowed to use, and that you're not being,
Mm-hmm.
you have those photos with permission of the actual person in the photos, then you can use them and create a persona for whoever. It doesn't matter. It could be a child. I created the personas for my kids, and they loved it. It was a little challenging to explain to my 7-year-old like that what AI is and how those pictures are getting created. But once he understood the concept, he was like, "Oh, yeah, let's do this. Can you do me as a pilot?" And he was really excited about this. Yeah. So there's no limitation to who you can generate the photos for.
That looks so freaking real and legit.
Yeah. And if you like a preset, like my wife, she has her favorites. And she would go and she would create tons of generations of the same preset. And because they come out different each time, she would sit and pick whatever she likes. This more, that one more. And yes, extremely addictive, extremely cool, super, super realistic. And sometimes you would see the labels that do not exist, or this whatever acts on the background. But hey, this is the AI, right?
There are occasionally some weird ones, like the
Yes.
guitar. Check out the guitar. Sometimes, like, I always got to look at, like, hey, which one has the best fingers?
And
Or occasionally
So-
your fingers
This
aren't very
this
good.
particular
fingers
one
aren't photoshopped.
actually
Yeah.
this particular one, fingers are actually not an issue. It's other AI things get really weird, but
So-
I haven't seen a lot of problems with that on this.
What about girl photos? I see all these pictures of guys. How does it work with the girls? I mean, is it the same photos? Is it a different set of photos?
Same set of photos
Just,
that you would
but they're
use.
not suits.
Yeah.
It's not suits. Are women in dresses, or like?
So for females, they would see presets for females. They would here those are presented for me because the system identified my persona to be as a male, right?
Okay.
For females, it would be females. We do think about letting you configure your persona's age and then visualize yourself as a child or as a elderly person, and also maybe changing the gender to see how you look like but we have some dancers presets here that some of the setups, they are naturally more associated with females, for example, and you would see even male model AI personas would come out as females, which is funny, I guess. And but yeah, typically the persona would see the appropriate presets, and the system would generate it. Males as males, females as females.
Yeah, based on your vibe that you shared originally. It's cool. Yeah, I think you need a couple of those. That's what.
Yep.
There you go. You got any politician ones for when you run for president?
I don't know if we want to go there. Let's just stick to mythical creatures.
It wouldn't
Unicorns.
be an episode of the show if I didn't go down some crazy weird rabbit hole.
We do have some anime ones, though. Don't you have some anime ones, though, Sergey? Because I know anime is huge right now. it's been huge for a while, but
most of these are more realistic. Like even the non-realistic ones are more realistic though, and that's what's really cool about them.
Right, and we are more targeting the creating the photorealistic images as if you were to go and have a photo shoot, right? The animated ones, this is a cool concept, and we definitely trying to figure out how to make them look like you, but the accuracy is lower, and we're going towards the actual images that you look at and you say, oh, hey, this could be definitely me, and show it to other people. Very low percentage of people would realize that this is AI.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think that if you're gonna start using it, just a secret tip: don't show too many of your friends your photos all at once, because then they'll start to be like, okay, this can't be real that you did this many cool things.
That's what happened. I started texting my mom saying, like, I said something like, hello from Paris. She's like, you're not in Paris. And I was like, yeah, yesterday I was in London. And then like I sent her that. And then by like the third picture, she's like, stop it. What is this?
Right. Yeah.
Because I did it like all in one conversation, like within a second.
If you leak maybe like one a week,
Godzilla.
it's believable though. You just
There
do like
you go.
one a week.
Oh,
Maybe
that's
not
it.
with Godzilla in the background, but
Posing.
But this one,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
That's the family Christmas card.
So now for the D&D lovers, for the Dungeons and Dragons lovers, here you go. Right? You want your personal character for your game? There you go. Generate that.
Right.
Now you got your character.
Got your character.
You're like, these guys are definitely nerds talking about D&D.
That's pretty great.
Yeah,
Looks like you're about to land it in the river.
Hopefully not.
Right.
Captain Sully.
He's like, we're going down. Let me stop for a selfie.
Yeah, no. I've got some bad jokes here, but I won't get there.
That's horrible. Oh shit, yeah, that one, dude.
How about this
All right.
one?
Dude.
Now, okay, so there's been
That's
some
legit.
fun stuff internally that we've done where we've taken these photos and then we've generated AI to actually make the backgrounds move, and it's really been cool.
Yes, this is one of the upcoming features that we're thinking a lot about, that you would take this and you would animate this. The
background.
eagle would move, you will ride the horse, and it would create like 6 to 10 seconds video of you. Just
Well, I made one from it was like a Halo-like character from the future, right? Where I'm holding a gun and I'm literally turning in the picture and there's a jet flying in the background and it just looks so epic real that I have to forward it to people, but like, yo, check this out. They're like, whoa, you're a time traveler. I'm like, hell yeah.
right.
Look at that first one with the colored hair.
This one?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Punk rock.
That's pretty sick.
Well, I mean, like Alana and I are kind of create some secret AI bands, and so here's our personas, right?
Yes.
I will admit, I got my persona from Portraize for my AI band that I've been using.
So there is an extreme weather category that I really like, and some of the photos come out as like album covers.
Yeah, well, can you imagine animating those? That would look pretty cool.
Yeah. Okay. I love all the animation, the craziness, and the goofiness. But like, I think the really special thing is the stuff that Sergey was talking about earlier, where you can take the multiple personas, right? Like your whole family, and put them in a shot together. I've never seen that before. And that's beyond a novelty use case, right? That's a legitimate use case. Our whole team, right? We have team members in New York. We have team members in Michigan. We have team members in California and Northern and Southern California. For people who don't know, that's practically a separate country if it was in Europe, right? So if you think about that, we can't have all our team members at the same place at once unless we try to get everyone together maybe once a year, and still somebody can't make it, right? It just doesn't make sense. Now you could do team photos like all together somewhere, right? Like, and it looks cool. It looks professional, right? Like think if you're a real estate office, you want everybody together in one picture, or you know, or even just a couple, right? Like,
Yeah,
oh man,
long distance
we didn't get a great,
relationships.
yeah, we didn't get, or we went out to dinner, we got a picture, but the sun was in my eyes, it wasn't good lighting. Now we have our Christmas picture, right? That's me.
Yeah.
I always
Check
got
this
the
out. How about this one?
black bean in my tooth.
Yeah.
Boom. Sick.
That's cool. Very cool.
And this one.
It's like no big deal. It's just lightning and a storm behind me, and I'm just still posing.
Yeah.
That looks legit. Just wipe it.
I might have an extra finger there. He's in Big Sur.
Yeah, you do have an extra finger there. An extra two.
Yeah.
Actually. There you go. That.
Not everyone's be perfect, but most of them. Out of 4 pictures, you usually got a really good one.
Yes.
I think this photo shows that Sergey should be on the West Coast, because this is kind of highlighting like Big Sur a little bit.
That's right.
Like Sergey, you might need to come out to the West Coast a little bit. If anyone in the chat,
he stopped at some tropical. He stopped at a tropical highland along the way, though, and the desert too.
Yeah. He went through Tornado Alley. Yeah, went through it all.
Sergey, I was going to start this off by asking you questions about yourself, and we just ended up diving into stuff. But do we want to talk about your background and stuff? Like, do you want to, you know, when we met, you were the CTO of Total. That was pretty awesome.
Oh, that was a long time ago.
DeFi, blockchain, crypto.
I love the latest technology. Like, I love to create things that, you know, you don't really have tutorials for. You cannot like go online and it's like, oh, how do I build this AI photo generation thing? I whether it's blockchain, and we built the first ever decentralized exchange aggregator where we split. I'm not gonna go into details. It's just
It's pretty cool.
Or this is the latest using the latest technology to create cool and fun stuff. This one is definitely fun. And you know, when the combination of things like latest technology, you know, innovation and fun mixed together, this is what gets me excited, right? Like I
honestly think that like we need to lean into the fun use cases more and more every day. And I know we've had these semi-philosophical talks that get silly, but also like dead serious with AI doing what it's doing. And I know that like every single step in sort of evolution or whatever, people are like, oh my God, there's cars, you know, people aren't going to have jobs soon or whatever. And there's the internet. Now nobody's going to have a job. Now there's AI. Nobody's going to have a job. Feel like we're actually getting to the point where a lot of our jobs can be automated. And then what the hell is our purpose? And what puts a smile on our face? Like, you know, we're gonna go opposite ends of the spectrum, right? There's gonna be AI images, there's gonna be AI music, there's gonna be goofing around, but then there's gonna be all this human element stuff because like more sports or something, right? Like
this question came up last night, and what's awesome about it is they're like, you know, somebody's like made the comment, I don't even know what to tell my kids now who are graduating college. And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, it is the most best opportunity in the world right now, because coming out of college with ChatGPT, you could go to it and go, give me 10 ideas and 10 business plans to go create a brand new business and the strategy of how I should implement it and do it and have it all done within 5 to 10 minutes. And then just go out there and do something. Like,
I think the problem though with that though is people don't know where to look, and because they don't know where to look, they don't look, right?
No, I think the problem is, but I think many options you can't decide to do something, do it.
But thanks to the internet and thanks to the way things are now, like think about like the Wall Street bet stuff. Before that happened, how many people knew what it meant to short a stock, right? Like I always give the example of I had a job. It was technically the company is owned by Amazon. So I got Amazon stock and I sold that stock so I could afford my condo, right? Like that's what I did. And most people, when I tell that story to, go like, how come you didn't borrow against your stock to put your down payment? I'm like, I grew up in the back of an auto parts shop. How the fuck am I supposed to know that you can borrow against your stock? I had something, it was worth money. I sold it so I could live, right? People don't know these options exist, but they do now more and more and more. And maybe there's still a chasm, right? Especially if you're outside the United States or live in certain areas. That's epic. There's that chasm, right? But it's less and less. And now when you have an idea, it's not just the chasm of that you know something exists. It's also that, like, if I had an idea, I knew I could do certain things, but I still needed to call up Sergey. I still need to call up Sergey, right? But now you can go, well, without being technical at all, I can have AI make me that business plan, or at least like the mock-up of what the page looks like, or some kind of version that gets me to the next step until I meet Sergey and whatever. And then I can show Sergey and be like, this is what I need to build. And he'll go, sweet, let's do it. Right. And we work together, or, you know, some version of that with whatever business you have.
Or you have this like idea, then you generate the business plan and you do everything through ChatGPT. Then you use like Replit to do the MVP, the minimum viable product, and then you come talk to DGB and be like, look, I got this awesome idea. You pitch it, you show why it's going to change the world, and then we like go do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, if you're an early stage founder, go to dgb.vc and pitch us. If you're an investor, come and join us, and we'll introduce you to all our companies. And if you're just someone that wants to learn more, sign up to the newsletter. Go to dgb.vc. Boom. All right. What were you saying, Sergey?
Yeah, the way I like to think about this is that the gap between what you want to do and your skills and what you can actually do becomes narrow with every day that passes, and your skill set is no longer a limiting factor to what you can actually produce and make, and the ideas that you have in mind are becoming more important than the actual skills, because
I used to say this with social media, right? But now it's even more so, right? Because when I worked at MySpace. It was like a new world where you could find the weirdos, right? And I used to tell people, now you can find, like, if you're into Southern California punk rock skateboarding stuff or skate punk, right? You could find the 7 people in the Philippines that also love that, and the 1,000 people in Thailand that like that, and the 1,000 people, and you can stay home in Southern California, and you can make that music for those people on the other side of the world. That is happening even more. So even if your passion is something weirder and smaller and different, you're going to find your people online, and you can find your co-founders, or you can build it yourself, and you can build a business out of your passion. So where I'm going is, like, let's look at the bright side of this shit. Yes, maybe if you were going to have a job in a call center doing customer support for Amazon orders, that job doesn't exist anymore. But if you're super into a certain type of coffee and you found out how to make it and sell tutorials over the internet for that coffee using what was I going to say? Using Daniel's company. Hypermarket. Sorry, brain fart. If you want to sell that tutorial on Hypermarket over the internet, and you had AI help you with the image creation, all this stuff, you could do that, and that could be your business, right? Like, anyone can do anything they're super passionate about now, if that's what you want to do, right?
So one of the things, there's a quote out there that says that, if you believe it, you can achieve it. And there's this thing about visualizing, right? And a lot of people have a hard time visualizing. Well, now, if you can actually see yourself in that role, in that position, and you believe that, then there's that possibility. I really believe that if you believe something enough, and you can visualize yourself in that role, that you can maybe achieve it. Now, maybe as we do visualize this matrix thing, and maybe we're all in a matrix.
No, I'm waiting for this generation to load, because Sergey is going to achieve his being in a metal band.
Because I want to see myself on that yacht in the future.
Why did everything just refresh in a weird way? Did that happen to the rest of you?
Yeah, that was weird.
Okay. It was a matrix. We were just talking about the matrix and being the matrix, and it hurt us.
Oh shit. There we go. Boom. Sergey. That's
But
it.
the screen,
This time next year, that's happening in real life.
The present is not presenting though.
You know what's crazy? Talking about Calypto, Alex, the founder of Calypto, legit. Sorry, I thought you were turning it off. Legit is like a metal guitarist, crazy stuff. Like there's pictures of him on stage looking like that and rocking like that. He
really?
is like
For
legit
Alex?
good.
Really?
Alex is crazy good. It's pretty awesome. Hey, I was in that building in London at a conference not that long ago.
So it is real.
That looks like it's called the Gherkin.
Yeah, we have a collection of presets for bridges that have very real locations. Like this is the Brooklyn Bridge, and where's the Golden Gate?
Well, so fascinating enough, we've actually seen users from around the world actually start using the product too, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, everyone should check it out because it's free anyway to get started and play around and have some fun. So do it. Share your images. Switch out your LinkedIn to look super professiontional, right?
There we go. Golden Gate at sunset.
My son just said we need to drive the Golden Gate Bridge. I'm just gonna send him this bag. Let's go to In-N-Out instead.
So this not replacing the memories, right? You still have to go to the Golden Gate on sunset and see that and take a picture of that on your phone.
But now you have a perfect picture.
Come on. 5-10 years from now, you're not going to remember anyways. So just do a Portraize and then just go back and be like, oh yeah, okay.
Rankin, I'd like to see the recording of you explaining that to your kids instead of going on a trip. You're already trying to convince the rest of us to work 24/7 and never go on vacation.
Well, I mean, I do it. Come on, guys. Like, come on. This is what. No, that's not good. You should respect family time.
This is almost as funny as the episode where you were complaining about buying a new microwave for your family, and we're like, "Bro, go buy the microwave." You still didn't do it?
No, I got a toaster oven instead. But
I like toaster ovens better than microwaves too. I will say. But, just make your family happy. Buy the microwave.
Yeah. I'm happy.
Let's see.
Oh, there you go. That's legit. Boom. Selfie at the Golden Gate Bridge. There you go. You need to post that on Twitter. Be like, in between meeting VCs in the Bay Area, right?
And it saves so much
time.
Happy
New Year. Happy New Year. Live your best life.
Exactly. I mean, what do we do vacations for? We only do vacations for what? For a photo? And then you
do vacations.
Is that why you go on vacation? For this photo? For the Instagram post?
No.
Couple of years, but think of the long hikes, the exhaustion.
I like to have a beer with my friends.
Well, exactly. That
enjoy the beautiful weather. Maybe see something new. Some of us aren't so superficial, Rankin, where we only go on vacation for the selfie.
No, now you can have this done in Portraize. And in a matter of like a few minutes.
There you go. You don't even have to buy a snow jacket. You don't even have to buy the snow jacket. Let's. Where did you go?
So here's a real thing I like about Portraize. If you start putting portraits up on your social medias, you're going to completely confuse all these surveillance systems of the future as to who you really are.
But who you really are, Rankin? Who are you?
Who actually are you?
Who actually are you?
It's a mystery.
Right. Are you defined by the work you do, or are you defined by your Darth Vader of
You're defined by the quantum realm I'm in at the moment.
That's right.
Oh, we talked about this yesterday, Alana and I.
I know.
Yeah.
What is time? What is time?
It's time.
And what is real? Yeah. Everything's already happened and is happening right now.
At the same time. All at the same time. Just depends on where you look.
Sergey, what in creating Portraize, what made you want to create it where people can have this much of a user experience on here? Was it noticing that other platforms didn't give you that account or the ability to go ahead and do it? They didn't make it as accessible. What made you create it this way?
It might appear on the surface that it's easy today to create AI images of yourself, and you have like all the different models that you can train or different AI tools that you could use. But when it comes to details, it quite hard, right? So just we went through a whole bunch of different photos, and they're very detailed, and they look like me. And this was the hardest part to achieve. Like, how do you? And this is
yeah,
this is a
they were
combination of
all they're all really cheesy. They're all like pure novelty, and I guess I get we're laughing and joking about the pure novelty here, but these really look like Sergey. They give multiple options, and like I said, this could be a serious post on LinkedIn, right? It's not necessarily only these weird goofy fantasies where you look like some weird ripped version of yourself, but like your face is a little distorted, you look a little bit like, you know, somebody completely different, right? If you spend just an extra 3 minutes here and give real pictures, you look like you at the Brooklyn Bridge. You don't look like, you know, Captain America version of me, which is fun. That's a novelty, but that's those, you know, Instagram ads you get, and it's goofy and it's silly, and you move on 5 minutes later. This is meant to really replace a photo shoot, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and the combination of novelty and latest technology and having fun while doing this makes me excited about building stuff. But also, I'm thinking on the the value that this product could bring to people, whether it's the holiday picture of a group photo that you need to get all your kids together, and you can save yourself some time and money and, you know, mental health.
I used it for holidays for my Facebook posts. Yeah.
Whether it's to help like a couple in a long distance relationship to have a Valentine's photo together, right? Or this I think that I could also help people have not just fun, but get some usefulness out of it too.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so too. I'm excited for those future versions with multiple personas in one picture and stuff like that. It's gonna be pretty epic. We're running towards the end of time. Is there anything specific? Brandon timed. He's man, it's been too long. We got to get you on here, Brandon. Let's hang soon. It is all about the data, but you know, before we finish off, we got almost 20,000 people on today. That's a lot. Thanks, everyone. Everyone's on X though, so go. I guess watch it there. I don't know why.
So that means if you're on LinkedIn, yeah, everybody's watching on X. There's 20,000, and yeah, there's smaller crowd on LinkedIn.
But anyway, you know, I love this stuff. Obviously, from the DGB perspective, we're looking at all sorts of innovative, brand new companies at the earliest stage. And some we sort of help incubate like this one. Some we're meeting at the earliest stage. I've already given the pitch. If you're an early stage entrepreneur, hit us up. Any last words, Sergey and Nate, before we finish off? Where should we be going? So Portraize.com. We posted it earlier across the board here. Where else should we follow you? Where should we go?
Instagram, X, LinkedIn, and TikTok. Portraize.
So I have a question for you, Alon. What if you're an investor? What if you're an investor and you want to be in the forefront of all this technology? Can they talk to you also?
Yes, sign up. Go, let's hang out. We'll point you in the right direction. Our companies, without saying it, our companies may or may not be fundraising at any moment in time. this one or otherwise.
Well, we also like to often help our other portfolio companies.
Yeah,
too.
no, that's the whole point. Make introductions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so contact us. And by the way, we just crossed over the 20K live people. That's rad. I don't think we've ever done that unless it was like, when we had certain celebrity-ish people on. So
it's just Sergey. Sergey's a celebrity, apparently.
That's right. Sergey.
Celebrity.
People like AI photo topic. So hell yeah. Yes, we connect people with our portfolio companies all the time. And that's our job, right? Like we were just talking about, Rankin and I were talking about this on the drive in because he was hopping on a call with somebody, or we were talking about connecting with somebody about some other idea. And I was like, that's how 90% of these things happen. Like I randomly have a conversation with somebody on Twitter. I'm like, we should hop on a call. And once a week or two, I end up hopping on a call with a brand new person with no agenda whatsoever, just because we were talking online. And I was like, I want to know what this person does. Most of the time that just turns into a new internet friend, but 1 out of 100 times of that, it turns into somebody we end up working with, right? Like think about like Reaper, the artist that we used to do that stuff with. I met him that way. The guys from Turf, we met that way years ago talking about Tezos. There's so many people we work with that just kind of happened in that way. Years and years of this stuff. And I've got friends on the internet I've never met in real life, right? Like, so this is, I love having those chance meetings and stuff. So,
and I want to apologize to all of our viewers for not being here last week because we were off having fun visiting Tim Draper's office and Heroes and introducing some of our portfolio companies. And then
that's true. We should have started with that, and because we missed last week, we kept and a few people texted me and I said, I think we're gonna do it tomorrow, and I was sick, and so it didn't happen. It was my fault. It was the first time we missed a week. Like totally.
Yeah, it was.
This number 70, and it was the first time we missed a week. So that should have been 70. This should be 71.
And if we planned a little bit better, we could have done the show at Tim Draper's office. But like we were busy. It was a pretty good time though. It was a lot of fun.
Emilio in New Jersey. What's up, dude? Let's reach out. I guess I'm pitching it again, even though I said I did it already. Go to dgb.vc. Come find us, pitch us, or just sign up to the newsletter. Here, I'm going to share this just because it's here. I love this slide. This was from our old deck. It said, no one starts an internet company anymore. And that was one of my favorite slides. And that's because every company is an internet company now, right? Pretty soon, nobody's going to be talking about
nobody's going to start an AI company or blockchain.
AI or blockchain company. Every company is going to have AI baked in, blockchain as part of their database or whatever. It's just not going to be special. That's not going to be a category anymore, right? Yeah. Just like the hot dog stand that is in your town can be ordered on Postmates or through Chow Now or whatever app you use to order from. Nobody went and said, I'm going to start an internet connected hot dog stand. Like that's not a thing. It's just a restaurant, right?
We're entering the era where there's no longer going to be Skype. That Skype is old technology is now going away.
I haven't heard somebody use the word Skype.
I was just going to say.
I just used it this weekend.
You used Skype?
You're the only one.
You know that back in the day, I bought my grandmother, who now has passed. She lived in Israel, and she also had some health problems where one of her legs was she had a knee surgery that went bad, and her leg was like straight, like she couldn't bend it. So she used a walker to walk around. She was in bed most of the time, but her brain, she was healthy otherwise, right? And would talk and have a great time. We bought her a thing back in the day that was a device. It looked like a picture frame with like the earliest kind of flat screens that they had for laptop kind of screens. And it was like a frame that only used Skype. You had to create a Skype account, connect it to this thing, and then we would call her on Skype. It was like a laptop that only Skyped. I had like 4 buttons: pick up, hang up, and that's it. And that was, at this point, maybe almost 20 years ago, maybe 20 years ago, right? Like that's wild. And then even over COVID, people started using Zoom and stuff that became like the brand, but there was a bunch of different versions of that before that time. And now I think people still use Zoom, but like you use Zoom as like a kind of like Kleenex, like the word that's just interchangeable, whether it's Google Meet or something else.
With Zoom now, so I'm kind of sketched out on Zoom.
I don't use Zoom that often unless somebody sends me. We just use the Google Hang or use this or whatever. Right?
Google Video right now. Yeah.
It's still interesting, but we're getting into that world. Things are changing fast, and if you're an early stage company doing pretty much anything, we probably are relevant. So
for sure.
Going back to it, Portraize.com. Anything else we need to hit before we hang up? Any topics we want to hit? I know we're a little over time, but it's fun.
Sergey, anything else on Portraize at all? Any other?
No, not really. Just come to Portraize.com. The app is app.portraize.com, and that's Portraize. Yep, it's on there, and have fun. This is just generate a bunch of photos for yourself, send it to friends and family and other strangers on the internet, and just have fun. This is all about.
Also, what we could do is we could maybe, if people are interested, like show us your best photo. If you don't mind sharing with the rest of the crowd, maybe come on this video stream and
the best and the worst.
Or your worst.
Your worst. Yeah.
Show us the one with the 6 fingers if you find one, and let us know so we can,
so things can get fixed. I like
that. We do also have a collaboration page on our website too. If you want to collab with Portraize.com.
You mean like if you're an influencer?
If you're an influencer, right? Influencer could also be an adult too. It doesn't need to be someone in their 20s. It could also be an adult, right? Because
my favorite joke, my favorite stupid joke is on. I have it as private actually, so I'm not sharing it with anyone. But on my personal Instagram, my bio says LinkedIn famous. Because one time I heard somebody explain to another person that somebody was Instagram famous, and I thought that was like the most hilarious term at that moment. And so even if you're just LinkedIn famous like me, sign up on Portraize. It can be used for serious stuff too. Obviously, we talked about it this whole time. So
we looking for collaborators, influencers. If you're a social media person and want to get a bunch of points to generate a lot of images that you will want to share on your social channels, just reach out to us at hello@portraize.com, and we'll figure it out.
Perfect. Love it.
Love it. All right, guys. It was awesome seeing you. We will hang out a lot more next week. Let's all do it ourselves. But let's anybody else who's out there, and I saw a few of you, who are watching, some of the regulars, come let us know what we should throw some of the best ones up, and I think have some fun. And if you need some extra credits or something, let us know. But I think the free tier should be enough to get some fun pictures. I'm looking at you guys. Jordan, Brandon, Emilio, Michaela, Kevin, Coop. I want to see some pro pictures of Coop. He's gonna have some good ones, I bet. Let's do it, guys. All right. Thanks everyone. See you next week. Peace.
Thank you.
Have a good one.